No matter how good your products are, if your customer service is not the best, you're not going to sell very many of them. In this video, I'm going to be sharing tips on how to build strong customer relationships and to keep your customers coming back to buy from you. Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Hilda Gloria. I do run a small business online and I sell bags, and I do like to share my experience starting and running my small business successfully here on my channel. So if you're looking to start a business or if you're looking for tips to improve your small business, you are in the right place. Also, I would like to thank you so much for your support on my channel. I have been feeling it and I don't take it for granted. I would like to encourage you to please leave a like on this video, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button down below. So, the tips to help you keep your customers coming back. Now, customers are very important in every business. In fact, a business cannot live without customers, and if your attitude or if your customer service is bad or it stinks, nobody is going to come and buy from you again, if they're even able to buy from you the first time. Now, here are the tips to help you keep those customers coming back and to even attract more and to even encourage them to recommend their friends. The first thing is to provide value. Always make sure that you are not just selling the good or the product. Make sure there's something else in addition to the good and product that you are selling or that you are giving away to your customers. Always place yourself in a position where your customers look at you as a problem solver. Give them a solution to a problem that they've been struggling with for a very long time. For example, if you go to a salon and you would like to have your hair done, and this hairdresser goes ahead and does a wonderful job on your head and you look amazing, but on top of that, the hairdresser recommends some products that will help your hair grow stronger and healthier, and also they recommend where you can actually go and buy these products, and also probably recommend that maybe you need to cut your hair ends for it to grow longer. See, this person has given you the service, they've done your hair and you look amazing, and that is what you're going to pay for, but they're also giving you some other knowledge that is going to help you become a better person. Now, that is the value that I am talking about. Always provide value attached to the product or related to the product that is going to make your customers more satisfied. A customer walking away from this hair salon will have walked away from the product that is the hair done, and also some other knowledge and maybe products to help them improve their hair. So this customer is most probably going to come back to the hair salon and is going to recommend friends and is probably going to have healthier hair, so their life is better and the relationship grows even stronger. So provide value. It is very, very important. I'll give you my own example. When I do sell bags to people, I do not just take a photograph of the bag and sell it to people. I do try to style it in different ways so that people can relate to how I wear them compared to how they can wear the same bag. Probably people have got the same clothes as I do or have got the same style as I do but do not know how to wear the bag. So if you just take a photograph of the bag and ask people to buy it, they'll be like, but how will I wear this? So by showing people how they can actually style their bags is providing value, and also it helps them also to not only just look at the bag but also to learn how they can wear it, how they can organize their wardrobe. It is a whole lot of extended value that your customers will always keep on coming back for. So in the end, they usually buy the bag but also ask about the clothes that I'm wearing, and usually I provide links of where I bought the clothes and where they can buy them, and that is extended value. So my clients do not only just get a bag from me, they do get, you know, we get to communicate, and this builds a relationship and keeps them coming back because they found a bag which they were looking for. They've known how to get how and where to get the clothes to wear the bag with, and this creates a really good relationship. It makes you a trusted person that you can actually solve a problem for these people, and customers tend to trust and come back to these kind of entrepreneurs. The next tip is genuinely care and respect your customers. Now, by caring about them doesn't mean that you call them every day to ask them how they're doing, but like how you speak to them, how you address them is setting a tone not only for them to feel appreciated and loved and valued as a customer, but also it sets the tone for how they are going to address you. Because if you address them arrogantly, they might respond arrogantly towards you, and it is something that you might not like. So just put yourself in their shoes. How would you like to be addressed? And just do the same for your customers. With research, it shows that customers usually come back, or they recommend friends to places where they feel valued or appreciated, if they're treated with respect, if their needs are met, if they're listened to, if their complaints are heard. And with respect, I mean things like how you address them, how you refer to them, how you talk to them, how you serve them. I mean, tell the truth. Do not lie to your customers that you are coming or you are bringing the product and you're actually not bringing it. You are not respecting them. Now, this sets the tone for how they are going to talk about your business or how they are going to actually address you. If you treat them with disrespect, they're going to do exactly the same thing to you. Also, it spoils your business's reputation. If people are going to badmouth your business that probably you are arrogant to customers, that is going to affect the next customers. It might actually chase away people, and the current customers might also have to run away if they hear this, because nobody would like to be treated badly. Just imagine it's you and you got bad customer care. Would you buy from this business again? We can also care about our customers by making them comfortable, or making it comfortable for them to contact us by being available. If it is an online business or business that does collect data from people, for example, my bags business, usually when a customer buys from my business through the online platform, I do give a provision for them to provide their birthday. And when it's their birthday, I send an automated message to say, hello valued customer, happy birthday, I hope that you have a wonderful day. Now this keeps them thinking that they are special. Of course they are special. It reminds them of how special they are, and you took your time out there to think about them on their birthday. And actually this reminds them of your business if probably they had completely forgotten all about it, and they might come out and check you out. And this creates a really good relationship that makes it comfortable and easy for them to contact you in case they need to buy a product, or in case they need some advice or anything like that. Customers also love it when they are made first priority. Now, if somebody has bought from me, usually I save their contact, and whenever I have new bag stock, they are the first people that I market to. How do I do that? I save everybody in my phone contact and then share all these statuses on my WhatsApp, knowing that they will be able to view them. And I go through the viewers and I see if maybe a certain customer hasn't seen them, and I send them the message directly, like, oh, have you seen we have got some new stock, would you like something, you know, similar, or is there any other particular interest that you're looking for? And maybe promise them to look for it and go ahead and try and look for what they would like. They like it when you give them like a good priority or fast priority. That makes them feel special, and they always come back, and it creates a really good relationship. Then they can also refer their friends. Next tip is a very good tip that has worked for my business. After you sell a product, do not just close the transaction and the communication there and then. What I do is, after 2 days, I do send my customers an email or a text message, and I ask them what they think about the bag, what they think about the product. Did it meet their expectations? Are they satisfied? Is there any way that they think that the business would do better? Were they served right? Did the bag arrive on time? How was the delivery? How was the whole experience? And by this, I would like them to, you know, talk to me and tell me points that are actually going to help me improve my business. By doing so, they feel heard and they feel like they are cared for and are more likely to come back. Most of them have come back. I just usually send a message of like, oh, thank you for supporting the business, I hope you will like your bag. Also, if it is okay for my clients, I usually ask them for what their social media handles are, and I follow them on social media and I see how they style my bags. And when they do, I'm quick to give them a compliment of how nicely I think they've styled it, and how I think they look great with the bag, and how I think they are happy with the bag, depending on how they're posing. Just like to encourage them that they look great. I mean, who doesn't love compliments? This creates a really good relationship, and most of these customers do come back. Also, this prompts them to want to give reviews. Now, I do have got a Facebook page, a business Facebook page, where I encourage all the people that have bought from me and have had good experience with the business to write a good review. And even if they've not had an okay experience, I always encourage them to write a review on the page. Now, that keeps on bringing people. When I usually go to any site or any online business to buy, the first thing that I look at are the reviews. If the reviews are terrible, 100% I'm not buying. But then when these people write all these good things about your business, they keep on attracting more clients for the business. So yes, it is really, really important to know how your product makes the customer feel. The next one is a hard one for most entrepreneurs. I think we all need to accept our shortcomings and our faults. Now, when you sell something or when you make a mistake and a customer complains that, oh, I'm not happy with how I was treated, or I'm not happy with the product, we need to accept that. We need to acknowledge that yes, we made a mistake and we are looking forward to working better. Now, usually when my clients send me complaints about my bags, because these things happen, when they send me complaints about, for example, a bag that is already ripped or a bag that is already broken or a zip that is not working or something, anything can go wrong in business. Let me tell you, first of all, accept it. Tell them that you want to listen to more, you would like to see the photos. And it also depends on the company policy. If somebody has bought the bag today and tomorrow they tell you that it is torn, it is better that you listen to them and if possible you replace the product, so that they have not paid for a broken product, if you know what I mean, or something that doesn't work. Because you wouldn't feel the same way if you bought anything and then once you get home it doesn't work. So what I do in my business is, if anybody complains about the bag and they've not had it for more than a month, I usually ask them to take photos of the bag and we work out a way of replacing it. Of course, they get a replacement from the available stock. If that is not available, then we can also think about returning the money, but they must return the product and I have to give them the money. Find a way that works for your business. Returning money might not be very easy, but depends on the policies. Put them down and then let people know that once the goods are sold, they cannot be returned, but maybe they can be exchanged, or you can return the good and I can give you your money. It depends. Just find something that works for you, but make sure that you acknowledge the complaints and you work to be better. That is going to encourage the customers to buy from you and to trust you even more, because they know that they're not just being robbed off of their money. The last but not least tip is make your goods accessible to your customers. Now, no customer wants to suffer. Even if it were you who was buying from a certain company, you wouldn't want to suffer trying to find a product. I mean, there could be other suppliers out there. Nothing so special about your product probably. What you need to do is, if your location is far away from a certain client, but this client really would like to buy from you, you can make provisions of, say, maybe providing delivery and then the customer has to pay for it, or including delivery in the price, so that the customers are served regardless of their location. But be flexible. If they require to see how the product might fit before they actually buy it, and they live far away, they cannot come to your store or your shop to check it out, make sure you find a model who is probably their size to try it on for them, take pictures and send them. I mean, customers are really, really important, that they should be held and handled with care. Otherwise, once you lose one, they're going to badmouth so many and you're going to lose so many customers. I hope that this video was very helpful to you. If you think it might be helpful to somebody else, please share it with them. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, let me know which of these tips you'd like to implement or to apply. Let me know if you have any other customer care tips in the comments below. Don't forget to follow me on my socials, and if you haven't subscribed yet, do so by hitting the red subscribe button down below. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!